All right, I guess we are live. Hi everyone. Welcome to the AsyncAPI working group meeting. Happy New Year. And we're just going to wait for a couple more minutes, around about 4 to 5 minutes, to see if everybody else is joining. And also send reminders on Slack that we are starting now. All right.
Yellow.
All right. We're back. I'm back again. Seems we have more people who have joined. So in the next 1 minute, we'll do quick introductions before we jump into our agenda. So hi everyone, Happy New Year. If we haven't seen each other since January. Yeah, if we haven't seen each other since December, actually, not January, since December. So Happy New Year. Because our last meeting was actually in the beginning of 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after December. So we haven't seen each other December, January. So yeah, I'm justified to say Happy New Year. So yeah, welcome back to the AsyncAPI community working group. So this is a meeting whereby all community leads sync share updates on what's been happening on each and their programs and share some updates that are happening in the community. I'm not alone today. I've got Dashan. Hi Dashan. Just a quick hi.
Hi everyone.
Thank you. We've got Lucas. Hi, Lucas.
Hello.
And we've got Ace as well. Hi, Ace.
Hello.
Hi. All right. So it's 5 past, meaning if you know me, you know I keep to time. So let me quickly share my screen. I don't know. I forgot how to share my screen. Do you share the entire screen or application window?
I always share screen. You're asking what are we doing, or
Yeah, I mean, if I say share screen, I'm seeing myself, the agenda, and a bunch of other stuff.
how many screens do you have?
Yeah,
Do you have one
that's the
screen or
question.
more?
No, I have multiple screens. Okay,
No, what do you mean by screen? I mean the monitor screen. How many have you?
the screens that are on my laptop right now is
Yeah,
two.
yeah. Ah, so you have two screens. You have monitor and laptop.
No, both on my laptop, but I have two screens. I don't know if it makes sense.
You have two laptops?
No, one laptop.
I thought you said
Okay.
you have two laptops.
No, Lucas, I have one laptop, right? But it's showing me two screens. I don't
Ah,
know. You don't do that with Apple. You should.
okay, interesting. I mean, I have three screens, but it's because I have two monitors and a laptop screen. So screen is a physical screen, I think. So you have to choose app.
Okay, let me see. No, this is not it. Okay, let me try application window. Let's see. Tell me what can you see now?
I see GitHub issue with agenda.
Okay, all right.
Mhm.
Okay,
Perfect.
then that's good. All right. As tradition, we'll always start with conference updates, then jump into commit updates. So yeah, I will just quickly lead the updates for the conference working group. So first things first, developer week is in 2 weeks. It's in 2 weeks time. So agenda T, we have free passes by the way. So please spread the word on social media. Tell people that AsyncAPI track is happening at Developer Week. We need more people to fill the track, and also we still have open passes, meaning that these passes can allow participants to attend the AsyncAPI track, attend the expo, and other free events that are happening there. And yeah, booth. I'm still waiting a few more details, like whether AsyncAPI, the API standards both will be located. I know we have support from some of the maintainers, ambassadors, and sponsors who will be at the booth. But Lucas, will anybody from API standards be joining us?
Except of AsyncAPI, I got zero confirmation.
Okay. All right. Not a problem. We still have 2 more weeks, so hopefully we'll get more people joining us. Yeah, so that is an update of the developer week coming up in 2 weeks. Venues for 2026. I'm still waiting for confirmation. I had a meeting with API days past 2 weeks, so I'm still waiting on confirmation on venues so far. So once I get an update, I will update the community on Slack on where we are going and the progress and any other statuses that needs to be shared. Aside from that, I don't have any much update on the venues for 2026. Speaking on the conference website, we have some pull requests that are currently pending. So we are planning to implement a registration page. This is a page where we'll start to collect like registrations that will be on the website. So we'll be collecting this for our own databases so that at least something we can also present to sponsors. So I know Dashan is the one working on the pull request and Tenzin is the one doing like the reviews. So I'm looking forward to getting the pull request merged and to see the progress on this as well. And meetup section, Ace. Ace, I know, promised me that she would take care of this. So, Ace, any update from your end?
Yes, so I'm still currently reviewing the pull request, and yeah, as I promised, we should probably get it matched this week.
Okay. All right. So for those who don't know, we're also planning to incorporate a meetup section. So hopefully by the time I meet ambassadors at the end of this month, the page will also be ready because we are planning to expand the conferences and also incorporate meetups, which will be smaller than the conferences that we currently have. I know I've spoken to a few ambassadors on this, so once we have the page, it will be very easy, like to share information even on social media as well. So yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed by the end of the month, this will be managed
Um,
and mm-hmm,
so I have a question.
mm-hmm,
So since we are like currently incorporating having to like manage data directly from the conference website,
mm-hmm,
uh, and I was thinking since the meetup section also has a way for people to like propose a meetup,
mm-hmm.
and currently it basically takes it to a discussion on GitHub.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to keep it that way, or we should probably lean towards using what we are currently building on having like our own special database like in Excel?
So the Excel, right, is for collecting registrations. This information shouldn't be public, but for meetups, it has to be public because if you read on the requirements, right, if a person needs to host a meetup, there are certain information that they need to give for the working group as well. So either 3 months, we need the details where it's gonna be happening, who's leading it, CFP, what is those details need to be public so that we can share as the working group. So if it's in private, it becomes difficult to like share that information or for the working group to review that information. So that's why it has to be in a GitHub discussion.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to be sure.
Okay. All right. The last item here at the conference website. So there is this idea that I had to actually start to have our own CFP. So it's time we are growing, so meaning that we need to be independent. So I did a rough research last year on platforms. So I think the only thing that we need to do is like to have a hosting place. So I know I did ask Lucas, that was like in private. So I still need to like create a discussion or an issue, like detailing on the idea. And once I do have this, then everybody can chime in and share like their thoughts. We have like these open source platforms that actually host CFP. So the only thing that we might need is like a way to host it. So all the code and everything is done. Maybe it's just to fork it and have it on our own repo, then website. So yeah, so I'm mentioning this so that I can do it in the next coming weeks because I'll forget. So I will share like the whole research idea. And yeah, hopefully, once I do, we can now like expand on the discussion. So these are some of the things that are on the pipeline. I don't know, did I leave something out, or are there any questions?
I can just add what I told you in private. So
Mm-hmm.
let's, I do not recommend ideas that we could rebuild
Mm-hmm.
CFP on our own because it's cool project. There's a lot of open source tools. We just have to host them. We have resources, hosting resources that we can use to host it. So that's my strong recommendation. Let's not go the same direction that we did in the past.
Yes, I know. But this is a need that we need to have it. So yeah, we are not building something new. definitely, but we're just using what is there. It's just hosting that we might need to do. But yes, I'll still do like a extensive I'll write on the discussion and share the whole idea extensively and reasons why I feel like we need to have this, because still we are growing, and even with what Ace is saying, like in the meetups, maybe instead of GitHub discussions, maybe it's something that we can incorporate in future. But so yeah, we are starting small, but definitely we do need to now manage our own CFP. So yeah. Anyways, I will also share like this in detail, the idea and the options that we have. But definitely we are not starting something new. We don't want to start something new because maintenance wise it's a lot of work. So yeah. So that will be all in terms of conference. So jumping into community updates. So this year, we only have one goal, one overall community goal, that is to grow maintainers, to increase the number of maintainers in the community. So most of the initiatives that you're going to see this year will revolve around maintainership, maintainers, growing maintainers. And also you will see a lot of initiatives that we're gonna launch is focused on supporting maintainers and the work that maintainers are doing. So I'm sharing this. Please do take time to have a look if you haven't, because I've been, so that everybody knows what AsyncAPI is focusing on this year. Aside from that, we have an open discussion which I'll be closing tomorrow. It's going to be 1 week for a social media coordinator. So if you are a TSC member, I've been in the community for long, actively, please do share. If you are interested, please do share before tomorrow, because I'll be closing the discussion. Then next week, after the governance board meeting, then I will share what will be the next steps or what will be the decision going forward. So yes, that is an update community wise. Then maintainership program. Ace, over to you.
Yeah. Oh, did you stop sharing your screen?
I am sharing my screen. Am I not?
I mean, no. Oh, okay, I can see it now. That's weird. Okay, so first and first, we have successfully applied for Google Summer of Code this year, and we should be hearing back from Google on the 18th of this month if we get accepted or not. I mean, there's a high chance we're going to get accepted. And as you all know, we are only pushing projects that are going to help us onboard more maintainers. So we have 5 projects with 8 mentors. So that's some good news. And I also published the summary for GSOC 25. So if you don't have the link, I'm going to share the link in a few seconds. Oh, okay. So Tuli already shared the link. So I would advise you go through the link and read it. It's amazing. We had a lot of interesting contributors and amazing mentors. We also had some folks that ended up being maintainers and are doing amazingly well. And yes, so Tenzin is also going to become a maintainer on the conference website. So I'm going to be needing your approval actually once I open up the request for that. So technically we have 3 maintainers from last year. And hopefully this year, now that we're going with full maintainers, so we're gonna have like 5 more maintainers, which is really good. So yeah, you should read the summary if you haven't. So there was a discussion about a working group, which is like really interesting. I already identified 3 candidates that are really interested in pushing this idea forward. We're gonna be having a meeting this week. That was supposed to happen last week, but due to some personal reason, I couldn't host the meeting. But I'm gonna host a meeting this week, and then we're gonna create our first working group, and then we're going to share our ideas publicly with everyone in the community and see how interesting this journey is going to be. I think this is a really good initiative. It's not a one-man job. Tuli and I have been doing this interesting things, trying to push these goals forward. But I think it would be better if you have more hands on deck. And also, like, if you're interested in, this working group, you should stay tuned once we start this working. It's going to be publicly available like every other working group. So you can easily jump in and share your 1 cent. And one of the interesting topic we are going to be discussing in this working group is actually LFX, right? So for some weird reason, it's followed each other. So we're going to be discussing the plan for Linux Foundation, the mentorship. We haven't started anything yet because the goal was to apply for Google Summer of Code before the deadline, which we already did. So the LFX is going to be our next action item as the working group starts next week. We're going to meet this week. We're going to open the discussion this week, and then we're going to start taking initiative next week. Any question?
Nice. I would only share a small reminder. Just remember that like official process is that the working group has to be approved by TSC to be an official working group. So do it. I suggest you do it the same way I do it with the spec. So I did not yet organize a voting for official spec working group. I actually first check if the, like last week, I think we had a third meeting that actually assures me that looks like it's actually gonna be really a regular working group, which means that, okay, if we have a proof that we regularly meet, then now we can actually go and get an official voting on the working group. Like, because in the past we were creating working groups and then forming them, and many of them failed. So we try to now reverse the process. So first we group unofficially, see if we actually are able to regularly work, and then we apply to be called an official working group. So just remember about it.
Yeah, that's a really good approach. Thanks for doing that. So we're going to have our first meeting. So this meeting has to be public, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably looking forward to that.
All right. Just to reiterate what Lucas mentioned, working groups. After next month, after the conferences, definitely I'll lead like the cleanup. So meaning that some processes that we had last year are not going to be the same. So we have definitely maybe not stricter requirements, but definitely one of the things is to have more than one chair. And there is a course that definitely the members need to do, but like Lucas has mentioned, definitely is very advisable to first see like regular meetings and also members who are active, because I think the requirement was to have, is it 3 to 5 members, founding members? I can't remember anymore, but not only 1, 2 people like leading, but actually it has to be a working group, like a group of people working together. So yeah. That's
Yeah, I mean it's really interesting because we are already like 4, and I think that's like a good start.
awesome.
Definitely.
Mhm. All right. Thank you, Ace, for giving us an update on maintainership. Code of conduct. Is Maya here? I know I saw Maya joining earlier on.
Yeah, yeah. What's up?
Hi, Maya. So we have a discussion on the code of conduct nomination. Do you mind sharing? How is the progress on this?
Yeah, it's still out there for TSC members to nominate themselves or TSC members to nominate other TSC members that are interested in it. So I think it's going to be up for a while, let's say 2 weeks. Then I don't know. For now, we haven't seen anybody
Can you share the link to the
interested.
discussion?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, still just.
Okay.
So this is a reminder to all TSC members to please nominate TSC members or even nominate themselves because we are currently 2. The major COC members are 2, Ace and I, and we need more people to keep the community
So
running.
I
Yeah,
also have a
Ace, why don't you
question.
Okay.
So I mean, my question doesn't make sense though, but I would still like to ask regardless. So far so good. I can say like not a lot of people are shown interest, despite multiple tags to probably TSM members. So what if we have like a couple of folks like show interest, but they haven't been really active, even though they're like TSM members, they haven't been regularly active. And if we have just like 2, 3 people who are interested, but haven't been really active with the community, do we automatically have them because we only have few people who showed interest? Or what do we do in that case?
I mean,
Don't we have this process described?
It's
we
there on YouTube, but it's a good question actually.
we don't, do we?
No.
I think the process of selection is on GitHub.
Yeah. No.
Through
Or
that link
didn't
you just
wasn't
sent.
it? Okay, I'll
No,
just check
because
the docs.
it says who we are hoping to see step forward, right? We only like listed the quality of the people we are looking for, but it doesn't really say anything about commitment. How committed does this person have to be in the community? I
For
mean, we
them
have
to be nominated, right?
yeah, right. I mean, you can decide to come and be a COC just because it looks fancy, but you haven't really been involved in the community. So what are the assurance that if you get selected, just because we have less number of interested people, you are actually going to wear the hat?
I see. And that would be based on the most active person. Let's say 3 people are interested, and
Yeah,
those
but what if the
3
3 are not
actually.
have not been active prior to this nomination?
Then we continue with the 2 that we have because we don't want someone that will join the TOC and not like improve what we have already. You get what I'm saying? Because if someone that is joining is not active, so what's the point of them joining the TOC?
Yeah, but then the question is, then what is the point of the votes if we're not going to take any of them? That's so weird.
But if we're not taking people, we don't know yet, right? Because we have not
Mhm.
ended the vote.
Yeah,
So let's
true.
say 3 people nominated themselves, they are not active. Then wait for people that are active. If nobody is willingly to step forward, then another thing we could do is to reach out to people that we know they're active. Maybe they haven't seen the discussion. We reach out, we talk to them, are you interested in this? But then, because we are not seeing active people, does not mean we should set for inactive people to join the COC. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it does.
Okay, my advice then, this should be listed like it's
Mm,
for TSA that are active. Um, because still this is a nomination, right? It's not voting
mm,
yet.
mm,
So that is how I did like in the first nomination. I had that requirement that they should be nominated, and then there was a second round whereby the TSC shared like people who they want to see on the COC. Then the highest people who had like the votes were the one who was selected.
Yeah.
So
Mhm. So are we suggesting I had that we need people that are active to this discussion?
I mean,
I was
definitely.
actually looking forward to what Luca had to say, because for some at some moments, like, he actually omitted himself and then he checking out.
You spy. Well, in theory, it's simple. There should be a clear requirement who we're looking for. And it should be like the most detailed description that would be the best, because it's gonna not gonna leave a place for interpretation or somebody thinking that they were treated in a wrong way by not being accepted. So I would say for sure we need a clear description of the role. As you said, like, it's not enough to be TSC member. You need to have a nomination for the voting, and some basic rules. Like, I unfortunately I don't have a good memory, so I don't remember the last election. But for example, as far as I remember, last time we had nominations, the nominations were based on the fact that somebody was nominating somebody, which is proving that you're for the role, because another community member trusts in you and wants to see your nomination, and then you just, as a nominated person, you say if you want to be taken into account or not. But these things should be clearly described. So definitely, code of conduct should talk about current code of conduct committee should clearly define that, like specify if there's a concern and you have a valid concern, then just write it down and update the requirements if you think the process is there's a risk, because in the end you're the code of conduct committee, like you Ace and you Maya, which your concerns now voice prove that you're the best people in the role, because you're afraid if the succession or voting, like the whole process, if it's gonna actually be working, and the right people will be selected. So just fix the process. It's your process. Just remember about the basic rules we have. Like it has to be clearly described, written, how it looks like. Like for example, in the when we were changing the governance model last year for the board, the AsyncAPI board, we had, for example, a clear rule that whoever is gonna be nominated to be voted on in the governance elections, we, for example, always check with code of conduct if there were any issues that would somehow raise any concerns that a given person should be or should not be even taken into account as a candidate. And with code of conduct, it's even more important. It's even more important that that code of conduct is sure that a given nomination should be put under the vote. Does that make sense? Did I help?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Maya. Also, yeah, just actively ping everybody, especially the TSCs. Sometimes it might end up being a still issue because this is kind of critical. So just make sure you ping, but I'll make sure also to add it on the upcoming newsletter that we have these important discussions that are currently going on. All right. Async API 3 Prospect 3.0. Lucas. Any would you like to take this on?
Yeah, it's released. It was fun, especially sitting at the conference and doing release. Yeah, it's released. We are back on, I think we're back on track again with regular specification work. Not sure how long we're gonna have power to do it, but looks like we do it every month we meet. Look on the release notes. It's tiny, but I think it's pretty cool because it involves the feature that was released was actually added by people from Siemens that needed for protocols used in robotics. So I think it's, I mean, for the community, especially that it's a community call, I think it's pretty cool to know that Async API plays important role in robotics and is used by such a giant as Siemens that I think it's known across the whole world if it comes to devices, robots, IoT, etc. So yeah, that's what we released, and we're gonna, I guess, keep again regularly releasing.
Awesome. All right. Last item. If you haven't had a chance, recently wrote, not recently, but the summary for 2025 for the community is out. So the one that is remaining, just a few reviews that are left, is the conference summary for 2025 as well. So after these two, end of February, we'll start with regular monthly reviews for the year. So that is one update. We still have like 25 minutes. Is it 25 minutes?
Just from my side, going back to code of conduct, not sure if how much it's gonna be helpful now with the nominations, but for sure long term, I just pasted the link. So I had a pleasure on Sunday to attend this talk from Flora. She's like really experienced person in the open source and code of conduct, and like this talk was basically about code of conduct and what happens if somebody breaks the rule. But I think the most important, what I remember from this talk, and it's why it's worth listening, is that that code of conduct is, which basically is what we discussed. It's requires you planning for, like, imagining what can go wrong, so you plan ahead what can happen. So for example, like what happens if we are afraid that not the right people will be nominated. So like foreseeing it, trying to foresee the future, and then be ready for how to react on such situations. So that's a good talk about code of conduct, I think, because that's, I think, what we basically had here. Like it's a tricky, especially that code of conduct. It's I think to be honest, the hardest work, because it's clearly based on emotions and people's feelings. So yeah, just recommend you to talk.
All right, thank you. Do we have any other discussions that when, oh, I think we do have one more. Bounty program. So the round for 2026 will be open from February 9th until February 15th. So maintainers, make sure you start preparing for issues that you need to be submitted for that round for the bounty program. And a quick update, there's been an update on the bounty program itself and how it's going to run after the voting. So it's not going to be quarterly is how we know it, but it's going to be monthly. So definitely please make sure you read. I'm looking for the link actually. Please be sure to read what has been updated on the docs. Yeah, that is one main update that I needed to share. I don't know, do we have other updates? Any other updates, or do we call it a day? All right, then we can call it a day. It's not a crime to end the meeting early. It means that I did a good job, right?
Exactly. Let's embrace this good job and let's finish.
All right, cool. So yeah, on the 17th, I'll not be here to host the working group meeting because I'll be traveling to the US. So who wants to host it? Any volunteers?
I mean, it's okay to call me, you can always call.
No, this time around I want volunteers. So from the goodness of your heart, are you saying you want to host it?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you, Ace. So the next meeting will be hosted by Ace on the 17th of February. Ace, make sure you promote the agenda. Must be done in time. Please keep in time, not to over, not too over. You see, the meeting must be 45 minutes max. I'm just joking. But yeah, please make sure you get agenda items and prepare an agenda in advance. I think it's usually helpful to make sure that the meeting is productive, I guess. But yeah, thank you so much, Ace, for volunteering. And yeah, I guess we can call it a day. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Thank you, Lucas, Ace, Maya, Dashan, Lavanya, and Raj. Thank you so much. And to everybody who's watching, who watched this later today, thank you so much for joining us. And if you have any follow-up items, please be sure to reach us out on Slack. We'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. With that being said, let's see each other on Slack. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your week. Bye, everybody.